I'm Cynthia Aguirre, and here are your headlines from North Texas. Human remains have been found in the search for a boy who's been missing since 2022. This comes after days of combing through dirt at a home in Tarrant County. Brittany Costello reports from Everman on the search for Noel Rodriguez Alvarez.
After days of digging and years of investigating, police have made a discovery in the case of missing 6-year-old Noel Rodriguez Alvarez.
I want to begin by acknowledging the weight of this moment.
Investigators found human remains in the backyard of a home in Everman where Noel lived with his family. The little boy had special needs. Investigators say he was abused and malnourished and last seen alive in 2022.
I hope it's that little boy so they can get some closure for that young man.
While the remains have not been identified, Tarrant County District Attorney Phil Sorrells says this could be a huge step toward justice.
Noel was a child whose life mattered. We will not forget him, and we will not stop working for justice for him.
The boy's mother, Cindy Rodriguez Singh, is charged with Noel's death. She fled the country with her husband and children after it was reported her son was missing. She was brought back to the U.S. last year.
I would love to see justice.
Mike Ford's family has lived down the street for more than 50 years.
To be buried like garbage and to be forgotten, that is sad.
The remains are with the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office for identification and forensic examination.
Our biggest priority right now is justice. And we have to be very careful about the comments that we put out and what we say that could interfere with that.
Cindy Rodriguez Singh is facing a capital murder charge in the death of her son. Last month, she was found incompetent to stand trial, but the Tarrant County District Attorney is confident she will be brought to justice and believes this new evidence will support that. In Everman, I'm Brittany Costello.
Dallas police are investigating after a woman's body was found in a freezer in Oak Cliff. Investigators say they discovered the remains Sunday and identified the victim as 27-year-old Maria Murray. It is still not clear what happened to her. We've reached out to her family and other authorities to get you an update. Johnson County Sheriff Adam King back in court Thursday as he faces several criminal charges. He made headlines this week for firing one of his top deputies. Scoop Jefferson was at the hearing and spoke to King as he entered the courtroom.
Today's hearing here at the courthouse was packed full of pretrial motions. Sheriff Adam King arrived here with his wife by his side, sharing the impact the charges and the case is having on him and his family.
Well, I'm just ready to get my name cleared.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's been a long saga.
It has. It has. We're ready for this to be over.
What has this done to your family?
Well, it's taken a toll on us.
A grand jury indicted Sheriff King on charges that include retaliation against a witness and official oppression tied to sexual harassment allegations. Sheriff King strongly denies those allegations. Pretrial motions in court included the DA asking the judge to find King in violation of his court order not to have direct or indirect contact with his alleged victims. This week, Sheriff King fired Chief Deputy James Salter after having someone contact him to attend an internal affairs investigation meeting, then fired him for not showing up. King's criminal trial was supposed to start next week, but the judge granted the DA a continuance because of new evidence in the case. The sheriff's attorney talked to us about the trial being moved to the end of June.
I feel good. The case needs to go to trial. It needs to get in front of a jury, and we're headed that way.
The district attorney who wanted the sheriff found insufficient for not following court orders declined comment after court today. And the attorney for Jim Salter, he also wanted the sheriff held accountable. Both sides will come back here June 22nd for King's trial. In Johnson County, I'm Scoop Jefferson.
Humanoid robots are now banned from Southwest Airlines after a futuristic flight into Dallas. A man says he flew his robot Stewie from Las Vegas to Dallas Love Field a few days ago. It was the first time he ever successfully got Stewie on a flight. Typically, TSA turns him away, he said, because of the battery, but the man managed to find one with a size under the legal limit and got Stewie on board. Well, now Southwest issued a ban on any human or animal-like robots, regardless of size. The airline says the move helps keep them in line with lithium battery safety rules. We talk a lot about rapid growth in North Texas, and new numbers show just how dominant our boom is compared to the rest of the nation. New census data shows 4 of the 5 fastest growing cities in the United States are in North Texas suburbs. Leading the list is Salina, where the population jumped nearly 25% in just 1 year. It was also the fastest growing city of its size in the country in 2024, with long-term projections showing its population could quintuple in just 10 years. Also on the list, Princeton, Melissa, and Anna, all suburbs in Collin County, and quickly transforming as new neighborhoods and developments move in. And the growth doesn't stop there. Forney and Greenville also made the top 15 nationwide. Organizations fighting homelessness are asking county leaders to let voters decide on a homeless tax this November. Officials say it would raise property taxes by an average of $5, but it would make a very big impact. Mitty Hicks spoke to organizations to hear more about the proposal.
Well, these streets here in downtown Dallas look a lot different than they did in 2024. The city of Dallas invested $30 million to close homeless encampments in public areas and move residents into permanent housing through the Street to Home initiative. That was phase one. And now Housing Forward, the lead agency working to fight homelessness, is moving on to phase two, which involves expanding to more neighborhoods that need help. But they need more money. Nonprofit leaders say the tax would raise about $100 million a year.
For the average property owner, that would be a $5 a month investment in preventing people from sleeping outside and from really avoiding hundreds of millions of costs to public systems as we manage this crisis in jails and hospitals.
County Judge Clay Jenkins said county commissioners have until August to approve the proposal for voters to decide in November. In Dallas, I'm Mitty Hicks.
A band from Dallas is headed to one of the music industry's most recognizable little stages.
And what better way to put eyes on Dallas than to go rap in front of a big old eyeball?
NPR Music selected Cure for Paranoia out of more than 6,000 entries nationwide in its Tiny Desk contest. The group will go on a 10-city national tour after the Tiny Desk performance in Washington, D.C. Whataburger restaurants could receive a new look. The company unveiled 2 new design prototypes. The first pays tribute to its roots, featuring the A-frame design. The second is a more compact space that will be used in urban and populated areas. Starting next year, these stores will first be featured in Texas and then be rolled out to other states. Well, we want to show you a big development ahead of the World Cup. AT&T Stadium will host 9 high-energy matches. The first one is in a month. And instead of the turf you see at Cowboys games, there will be grass. Kevin Reese has an exclusive sneak preview of that grass.
This is your first look at the all-grass pitch here inside AT&T Stadium. To answer your first question, a mix of Kentucky bluegrass and rye. And the pink lights that you see behind me over here are grow lights that for the first time ever are completely suspended from a stadium ceiling. The grass field itself sits 24 inches off the base cement floor of the stadium, sitting on top of an irrigation and ventilation system and layers of subsurface and dirt. Machines are also stitching the seams together with nylon, as has become the normal practice for fields like this, to make it even more durable. This has been months of work for the 9 FIFA World Cup matches that will be held here at what will be called Dallas Stadium. But it is the result of years of planning to bring the World Cup to the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know that we've had natural grass fields kind of for short periods inside stadiums like this before, but even, we're going to be in here for close on, I think, 63 or 64 days inside this venue. The idea is that, hey, now we're bringing kind of an idea that it can happen for that long.
And as for the Dallas Cowboys fans who are wondering if the grass field is here to stay, don't get your hopes up. This is still a multi-use stadium, and the Cowboys turf will return as soon as the FIFA World Cup is over. At AT&T Stadium, for now called Dallas Stadium, I'm Kevin Reese.
And those are your headlines from North Texas.